Hi, I'm Wieger, ITIL Master, Trainer and Ambassador. Welcome to this exciting video where we'll explore the synergy between the ITIL framework and the Value Stream Management Consortium. My mission today is to shine a spotlight on the critical role of value streams and value stream management. This video is concise but packed with insights that underscore their importance. Value streams are often overlooked and are only briefly considered before we dive back in towards our routine tasks. However, understanding and managing value streams is essential for effective value co-creation. In the upcoming slides, I'll take you on a deeper dive into these concepts, showing you why they matter. While this video goes beyond the ITIL exam requirements, it will enrich your overall grasp on value streams and their significance. When I created this video, I pondered a simple question. If I asked anyone in a large organization why they do what they do, what should their answer be? It's likely something I've captured on this slide. Now, if I asked about the value they're adding or any constraints they face, many would acknowledge the constraints but have found ways to work around them. We always do it like this, is a common response. This is where value stream awareness and value stream mapping become crucial. Inspired by Steve Pereira's insight on flow engineering, it became clear to me that we need to make value streams and the flows visible and understood by everyone involved. Managing this flow accurately is essential. One fantastic side effect of value stream mapping is increased collaboration. The clarity it brings and the teamwork involved in mapping stimulates better cooperation. What exactly is a value stream and what is value? Let's start with a definition as outlined by ITIL. Value is defined as the perceived benefits, usefulness and importance of something to a stakeholder. It emphasizes that value is co-created through active collaboration between providers and consumers. It's not just about the service provider's output, but also about what is valuable to the consumer. Value streams are a core concept in ITIL4, representing the series of steps an organization undertakes to create and deliver products and services to consumers. Value streams focus on the value of different interactions with the customer and are tailored to specific scenarios, ensuring that each step adds value to the service or product being delivered. Value streams are horizontal processes that span across departments and teams within an organization. There are many videos on YouTube about value streams and value stream mapping. However, I found that many of these are linked to the DevOps movement, which can be challenging if you're not a DevOps expert. A great resource for me was the Flow Engineering show on Spotify by Steve Pereira and Andrew Davis. You can check out more on valuestreamshow.com. Value streams exist within any organization. Though they might not always be referred to as a value stream, they are often called business processes. The idea of a value stream mapping is to identify and reduce waste in these processes, understand constraints and dependencies, and ensure we deliver the right outcomes for customers and stakeholders. While value stream mapping is popular in the DevOps environment, it is applicable in any organization aiming to deliver value to stakeholders. It helps in gaining clarity and visibility of processes, reducing waste, and ensuring that what we do adds value. In the end, value streams are about solving problems for customers and co-creating value in the most efficient way. Before diving deeper into value streams, let's take a moment to talk about value itself. What is value? While we have a definition, it's important to remember that value is subjective. What holds value for you might not hold the same value for someone else. For instance, the pictures you took on your last holiday might be incredibly valuable to you, but those same pictures might hold no value for your colleagues. Or another example. Imagine you have a favorite coffee mug that you use every morning. To you, it's special because it was a gift from a close friend and it brings back fond memories of shared experience and laughter. Every time you use it, it brightens your day and reminds you of those happy moments. However, to someone else, it's just another mug in a cupboard, indistinguishable from the rest. This example highlights how value is deeply personal and subjective. What we find valuable is often tied to our experiences, emotions, and personal connections. This subjectivity is crucial to understand when we talk about value in business context. When we talk about value in an organization, we need to consider what it means for the stakeholders, our customers. Ultimately, our goal is to create value for them. Their perception of value might differ from ours, and that's perfectly okay. For example, a customer might value quick and efficient service, while another might prioritize personalized attention and care. Understanding these different perspectives is key to delivering true value. Imagine you're working on a project to improve customer service. You might think that implementing a new, high-tech chatbot will add tremendous value because it's innovative and efficient. However, if your customers value human interaction and personalized service, the chatbot might not be as valuable to them as you anticipated. In fact, it could even detract from their experience. This is where the concept of value streams come into play. Value streams help us map out a series of steps an organization undertakes to create and deliver products and services to consumers. By understanding and managing these value streams, we can ensure that each step adds real value from the customer's perspective. Value streams are horizontal processes that span across departments and teams within an organization. They focus on the value of different interactions with the customer and are tailored to specific scenarios. This ensures that every step in the process is aligned with what the customer finds valuable. There are many resources available to help us understand and implement value streams. For example, the Flow Engineering Flow on Spotify with Steve Pereira and Andrew Davis is a great resource. They provide insights into how value streams and flow management can be applied in various contexts. In conclusion, value is subjective and varies from person to person. When we talk about value in an organization, we need to consider the stakeholder's perspective. Value streams help us map and manage the processes that create and deliver value, ensuring that we meet the needs and expectations of our customers. By doing so, we can co-create value in the most efficient and meaningful way. Before I move on to the value streams in more detail, I first like to quickly talk about a few real constraints, as for me it is very important in looking at value streams and optimizing them. In this example, an organization receives goods which it needs to deliver to a customer. I use goods in this situation, but same is applicable to software solutions or services which are requested by a customer or a user. In this example, we have 4 departments which are needed to deliver the value to the customer. The size of the boxes illustrate the amount of processing each department can handle. We can see that Department 4 has the least capabilities to process the capabilities to add value to the requested goods or services, which means if we want to increase capacity due to the higher demand, we need to resolve this constraint. It does not help to increase capacity of any of the other departments, meaning all resources need to focus on Department 4 to resolve this constraint. If we increase the capacity for Department 4, for example, we double the capacity. We have a new constraint being Department 2. The same process needs to be followed if there are still issues with the delivery of services to the users to meet the required demand or even quality. To bring it back to the actual steps from the few constraints which I just described, we have the following 5 steps. Identify the constraint. Determine the system's bottleneck or limiting factor that is preventing it from achieving higher performance or throughput. Where is the constraint that limits performance or growth? What is holding us back right now? Exploit the constraint. Make the most of the constraint's existing capacity, optimizing current processes, ensure quality before the constraint and remove waste. Often small tweaks here lead to big gains. Subordinate everything else. Align all other activities to support a constraint. Prioritize so the constraint is never overloaded or underloaded. Avoid optimization non-constraints. They won't improve overall performance. Elevate the constraint. If the constraint still limits performance after exploitation and subordination, increase its capacity. That might involve hiring, purchasing equipment, or redesigning processes. Repeat the process. Once the constraint is broken, another one will emerge. Start again from step 1. The goal is to achieve a continuous improvement cycle that helps organization increase throughput, reduce lead times, and improve overall performance by focusing on the most critical limiting factor at any given time. This slide, along with the next few, are adapted from the Value Stream Management Consortium. I've recreated them based on the original slides. Most organizations traditionally adopt a hierarchical approach to delivering the products and services. This often results in different silos within the organization, each responsible for various aspects of products and service creation and delivery, or how value is co-created. With this hierarchical approach might have worked well in the past, the rapidly changing market landscape and emergence of disruptive companies necessitate a fresh perspective on how we deliver products and services to our customers. It is crucial to rethink and adapt our strategy to stay competitive and meet evolving customer needs. Let's revisit the same diagram. This time we'll focus on how information and tasks progress throughout an organization to create value for customers and stakeholders. Once again, we can see the emphasis on the silos within companies and how work flows between different departments. In this example, there is demand for a new feature or functionality. The fulfillment of this demand starts in one department and continues through various other teams until the value is delivered to the stakeholder. Each department or team has its own set of activities, likely with their own KPIs and performance metrics. This often results in silos and constraints in the end-to-end flow of value. So what's the best way to address this issue? I'm not going to cover everything from this slide, just the first few steps. First, start where you are and set your vision and goals. It's crucial to begin from your current position, understand where you're headed, and have a clear vision. Next, identify the value streams. Determine if it is truly a value stream. For example, incident resolution is a supporting value stream. In my view, you can still manage the incident resolution process as a value stream to drive continual improvement. Once you understand the value stream, start identifying and organizing the team required for the value stream mapping. Determine who the business owner of the value stream is. As shown in the previous slides, delivering value to customers and stakeholders involves cross-team and cross-departmental collaboration. Value stream mapping is not something you can do in isolation. On this slide, I'm illustrating the customer journey as defined by the ITIL framework. It is important to note that this journey is not a value stream in itself. Instead, we have various value streams that support the customer journey, ultimately delivering value towards our customers. As depicted on this slide, multiple value streams are involved throughout the customer journey. Here are a few examples to highlight. For instance, software development. In the realm of software development, a value stream might encompass the entire process from concept to deployment. This includes steps such as requirement gathering, design, coding, testing, release, and deployment. Or another example, manufacturing. A classic example of a value stream can be found in manufacturing, where it maps the process from raw materials to the delivery of the finished product. It is worth mentioning that a customer or product can have its own unique value stream, depending on how processes are organized within the organization. This flexibility allows us to tailor our approach to meet specific needs and optimize the delivery of value. Now, let's explore the value streams and ITIL intersect. On this slide, I'm showcasing the service value system from the ITIL framework. At its heart is the service value chain, also known as the operating model. This model is a network of value streams designed to deliver value to our customers and stakeholders. Value streams significantly enhance ITIL practices by providing a structured approach to understanding and improving the flow of value within an organization. For instance, an holistic view of processes, improved collaboration and enhanced customer focus, better alignment with business goals and clear accountability, just to name a few. The service value chain or operating model of the service value system is where we find all the value streams supported by the different practices from the ITIL framework. Remember, we had 34 practices in the ITIL framework. Let's take a further look on this. If an organization is in the process of creating a new service, we would get a value stream looking like this. Another value stream, for instance, which would be for the support of a service, would look like this. As you can see, value streams are a vital element as part of the service value chain. As I mentioned on the previous slide, we have 34 practices in the ITIL framework. Practices, however, are not value streams. Rather, they support value streams. As illustrated in this diagram, you can see the flow of value in the value stream, supported by the various practices that support each step in the value stream. Value stream mapping is a powerful technique that brings clarity by visualizing the flow of work, information and value, and supports collaboration between the various teams being involved. Now, let us move on to the value stream mapping exercise and how it is described in the different ITIL4 practices. You begin by defining the scope of the value stream mapping exercise. What will be included and what will be excluded? Are we looking at the overall company, or are we focusing on a specific product or service? It's crucial to define the goal of the mapping exercise. Do we want to increase speed, enhance customer satisfaction, reduce lead time, or achieve another objective? Setting clear goals help guide the process effectively. Next, we define the purpose of the value stream. Remember, it's about delivering value to the consumer or stakeholders. It's not just about a specific practice or process. It's about the outcome that counts. Look at it from a business perspective. What's the value you need to deliver? The third step involves conducting the value stream work. Start from the beginning of the value stream and observe how value-adding activities traverse the process towards the desired outcome. Alternatively, you can work backwards from the customer to the inception point, identifying what was done to reach this point and stepping back until you reach to the start. A commonly used technique is the Gemba walk, when you watch the work as it happens. During the walk, follow following steps. Identify the steps while you walk. Collect data at each step, including timelines, times involved, waiting times, dependencies, and other processes, teams, and third parties. Evaluate the steps. Does the team have enough capacity? Is the work performed efficiently by skilled resources or the single points of failure? And is there a backup or flexibility in resources? Map the activities and information flows. Create and review the timeline and resource levels. Map out process times and lead times for resources and workflow through the workflow steps. At this step, we reflect on the value stream map. Identify factors that might not have been apparent initially. Use the collected information to find waste or identify constraints within the value stream. Determine which activities are value-adding and which are non-value-adding steps. Some steps might be necessary for reporting reasons, known as busy value-added steps. Try to minimize these steps to achieve a friction-free flow of your value stream. Create a to-be value stream map. Create a to-be value stream map of a future value stream. This map informs and drives improvement. Consider the value stream holistically to ensure end-to-end efficiency and value creation, not just local improvements. Remember the theory of constraints. We need an end-to-end view to improve the value stream comprehensively. Local improvements might not add incremental value and could even delay the overall flow of value. Planning further improvements. Use the to-be value stream map. Plan further improvements. This is also the point where we update templates as part of the review. The continual improvement practice is an excellent method for managing and driving further improvements. To give you a clear example of a value stream and make it more visible, let's consider a common scenario, getting a coffee at someone's favorite coffee bar. When you have completed your value stream walk, you might end up with a flow similar to the one shown on this slide, although different steps, obviously. This flow represents the steps involved in getting a coffee. As part of the Gemma walk, identify the amount of time each step takes. This includes everything from ordering the coffee to receiving it. Next, check the amount of time waiting between the steps. This could be the time spent waiting for the barista to take your order, the time waiting for the coffee to be prepared, and so on. Once completed, you will have your actual working time and waiting time. In many cases, you will find that the waiting time is significantly longer than the actual working time. Review the overall map you have created and ask yourself the following questions. Do we have all the steps documented? Can we remove any steps to streamline the process? What can be done to reduce the waiting time? Are there any dependencies that need to be addressed? What are the actual constraints? By answering these questions, you can identify areas for improvement and make the value stream more efficient. That wraps it up. We came to the end of this video. I hope you found this video useful and that it helps you on your ITIL4 journey. I would love to hear your feedback, so please leave your comments below or send me a direct message on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching. On the last slide, some of the resources I used for creating this video.